Hey guys, how's it going? Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of the podcast by Alex. My name is Alex Serrano, and I wanted to take a minute to introduce myself and talk about my podcast and explain what it is and what it's all about. So I wanted to start by asking you guys how well it is you think you know the people around you. How much do you know about your neighbors? How much do you know about your friends? How much do you know about your brother or your sister or your cousin? What's their favorite color? What are they good at? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What are their aspirations? You see, growing up, I was very shy and introverted. So much so that when I started working at the age of 16, I was hired by a supermarket as a maintenance worker. My job was to go out to the parking lot and get all the shopping carts and bring them back to the front of the store. I would empty the garbage, I would mop the floors, and I would empty those god-awful bottle recycling machines. In fact, to this day, I cannot walk past a bottle recycling machine without getting a flashback to 16 years old. But I digress. So, every time a coworker of mine would pass me and they would try to talk to me or wave to me or do that uptick chin thing you do to people you kind of know but not really, like, hey, what's up, yeah, that thing, I would look straight ahead and ignore them and walk past them as quickly as possible. They all thought I was very rude. They all thought that I hated them. That wasn't the case at all. I was just so socially inept and shy that I couldn't even, in the moment conceive of a response to turn around and tell them. I was just, it was, at the time, it was beyond me. In addition to all of this, due to factors outside of my control, I was estranged from most of my family from childhood through adolescence up until early adulthood. So I didn't have a lot of contact with grandparents, with siblings, with cousins, with aunts or uncles. What can you do? And it wasn't until recently, particularly post-quarantine, that I started to discover just how fun and beautiful and self-fulfilling the process of getting to know somebody really is. If my 16-year-old self were to look into the future and see what type of person I've become, how radically different I've changed, I think he would just be blown away. He'd be flabbergasted. And so I wanted to embody that same spirit of self-discovery and selfless discovery in the form of an interview-style podcast. So that's what this podcast is going to be about. It's going to be about discussing the knowledge, talent, and passions of the people around me and get to know them on a deeper level. And I want to share that experience with you guys, with the viewers. I wouldn't say I have any big, grandiose plans for this podcast. This is, after all, my first experiment in content creation. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I'm very excited to evolve alongside the show with you guys. But I would say primarily my main goal right now is just to learn how to consistently produce content and to get better at doing so. And that's basically it for introductions. If everything we've discussed sounds good and you're looking forward to it, please by all means consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a like, and again I want to thank you for tuning in. Have a good day, guys.